Good morning. Oh my God. I'm standing outside of Guoli Taipei Jiaoyu Daxue. That means National Taipei University of Education. I realize that Chinese seems less impressive because the English is written there, but I swear that's what it means. I'm here for the Taipei board game playtest. It's operated and run by Taipei Board Game Design, which I'm sure if you've seen them at your local conventions in Essen or in Gen-Con, if you remember what those things are. So today there will be 48 tables. Each table is filled with a different board game from a local publisher or a local designer, and they invite the entire city to go inside and play test their games. Now there's a lot of reasons why it's inside the university. One, because Taipei culture, like people just use universities all the time during the daytime. Like there are kids in there using their swimming pool, people are running around the track playing basketball. It's like a YMCA for the city. Two, rental space for an event is extremely expensive in Taipei. So by doing it in a university, it's much cheaper. All right, you don't want to talk to me. Let's go inside and check some games out. I'm wearing a mask to be responsible. I'm wearing shades to be cool. So we are inside the university now, and as promised, there are kids, old people here, all enjoying the facilities here because Taipei is cool like that. In this tiny little building here is where the Taipei board game playtest will be. You can see there are some publishers going in. There's more ideas right there going inside. So let's check out the 48 tables and get some game in it. Although it's 2021. We're still in the time of the pandemic. So here you can see what Taipei's system is for contact tracing. So what I'm going to do is I'll go through here, and the QR code takes me here, and then I just fill out this information. So that way, if there is a breakout here, they can contact me. Because being responsible is important. Hi.
May I take your 35.2.
So this is our map of all 48 tables here in the event. And then here is the event where you could vote for your 3 favorite games. And you can vote here, 1, 2, 3. You just tear this off, you give it to the front, and then it's like a fun little competition. I'm not exactly sure what you win.
And the answer to that question is games.
But I don't know if I'll be able to play all 48 games in 10 hours, but we'll try it. And this is the Taiwan board game playtest. You get lots of things from war games to card games, and you even get famous designers. So here is Roman. You probably don't know him by face, but he co-designed Dive, which has been getting lots of great reviews lately.
Sorry guys, I'm going to speed through most of the playthroughs here. If enough of you really want to see the whole playthrough in its entirety, let me know and I'll make another video for them. But the reason why I'm speeding through them is because, well, these are all prototypes and they're subject to change. The art could change, everything could change.
Hi, I'm here with Wei Min.
Hi.
Wei Min is one half of MaiMin Games. Ming for Wei Min, and then Mai for his wife, Mai Shirley. You might know them from... I'm sorry. From his game Shadows of Kyoto, Walking to Burano, and Mystery of the Temples. So this year, they have started their own board game publisher, MaiMin Games. And today, Wei Min will tell me about his new game.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to play this game.
Pocket Master Builder is perhaps the most complete game that I played today. Now the idea of gaining resources and converting them into buildings is nothing new. However, the gameplay here is something really interesting that I haven't seen before. The whole idea of reserving resources and denying them from your opponent while creating the resources that you need.
On my turn, I will cry because this game is melting my brain.
Is quite mind-numbing, especially in the wee hours of the morning.
My brain is pudding.
And once again, it's arrows from Emperor S4. If you remember in my last video, I mentioned that they'll be releasing Hanamikoji 2, Geisha's Road. And hey, here's a quick view of it. And here we are with Hanamikoji 2. Hanamikoji was probably the best-selling game out of Taiwan, so a lot of people are interested in hearing about this game. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. Hanamikoji 2 is still a card-driven game. It's still a two-player game. The game is basically a race to 2 points. First person to get to 2 points wins. Now, there's two ways to do that. The first way is to move the track on the left all the way green or make it all the way gold. One player's green, one player's gold. You're able to do that, you get one of the 2 points that you need. The other way to get points is by collecting 4 out of 5 different kinds of customers who visit these geisha homes. Now, you may have been noticing that each round of play begins with a bid. Players are bidding to see who will go first and who will go second for that round. If you're the first player, you will choose whether or not to move geishas around the road or buy houses. And whichever one you choose, your opponent has to do the other one. Well, why do you want to move geishas? If you move geishas to a home, you're able to flip some more cards and score some points. Why do you want to buy a house? Well, if a geisha goes to your house, you're able to flip more cards and gain some more points. So while there is less card counting in this one's more about combo hunting. And once you're able to pull off some amazing combos, it's quite fun. And naturally, Arrows defeated me. Up next is the Mo Ideas table. Here I'm playtesting the Taiwan map for their upcoming Kickstarter for their hit Mini Express. The Mini Express map pack Kickstarter will include maps from the UK and Taiwan. As you can see, the map is significantly smaller, so the game is a lot tighter. Instead of the standard 4 railroad companies, you only have 3. In this version of the Pro set, the white shares are wild, so it's really quite exciting. And you only get to decide what they are until the end of the game. So if you're good in orange, it'll be orange. If you're good in brown, they'll be brown. But buying them is extremely expensive, as you have to reduce the cost of all your influence. I definitely like the changes for this one. It felt like the same game, but just a little bit different and a little bit of interesting rules. So I'm curious to check out the UK map and see what else they have cooking. But if this is the direction that they're going for their UK and Taiwan maps, I'm definitely backing that Kickstarter.
It's been a long day of gaming, and it's only 3:30. There's 4.5 hours left, and as you can see, all 48 tables are full of gamers coming here to try and play games. You have stuff like Mo Ideas is here with their big display here. Over here, you can kind of see Emperor S4 and their little booth over there. But there are lots of little tiny indie publishers here, just getting feedback from the games that they're designing and coming out. So I'm going to soldier on and get some more gaming done before I leave here today.
This photobombing gentleman has been identified as Hei Xiong. That's right, I caught him. This is 12 Rivers from Taiwan publisher 桌游列国. 12 Rivers was voted the best game at the Taiwan Playtest this year, which goes to show that if you have cool table presence, 3D game components, and Studio Ghibli characters, and a novel idea of gameplay, people are going to stop and play your game. Here we have Jiangnan from Mo Ideas. Jiangnan is a province in China that's famous for being south of the river. In fact, Jiangnan means south of the river. Jiangnan is made by Du Guge. Du Guge is the designer of Yin Yang from 2019. However, this is far more complicated than most Taiwanese games are. It's worker placement and area control. Your workers will go to the different sections alongside the river, and then once they're done, they'll jump up to the rafts. The rafts will eventually float down the river, and then the workers will come off the rafts, and it will become an area control game where you determine different aspects of the game. Jiangnan will be coming out on Kickstarter sometime next year, and I have been told we'll have several campaign elements to the game. Now, unfortunately, My camera ran out of power and I did not bring a battery with me. Also, my tripod broke. So it was quite a frustrating day for me, not being able to win any of the games I play tested and not having a camera to film. If you are interested in seeing more photos of the event, head over to cardboardeast.com and check out my latest blog entry. Board games aren't just for old grognards like myself, but also for the cool generation of little kids. Sometimes kids get included in the gameplay, and sometimes they don't. There's a mosquito. It is now 8:30. I have come back home. The playtest is over. I attempted 48 tables in 10 hours. I failed. But I tried, and I played a lot of good games. Overall, I'm just really glad that it happened this year. It got canceled last year. This year, it was the biggest I'd ever seen it. I believe 2 years ago, in 2019, there were only like 30 tables. And this year was 48, so the room was just packed and really loud. But as always, I want to I can't even think anymore. Once again, this has been cardboardeast.com. My name's Jay. Like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, and as always be gaming. Thanks for watching.